music-wise. All right. It's time for another Watch and Score live stream. Hello, folks. It's another Sunday. 2 weeks since our last one. So we are due again for another exciting live stream, exciting boxing action. We're going to score a good fight together in a little while. But first of all, we're going to discuss some of the latest happenings. I've got Alex with me on the call. Thanks for being here, Alex. No Josh this week, unfortunately. Maybe he'll come to the next stream and we'll see him there. But Alex, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, man. Good morning, good afternoon, all that good stuff. And yes, here for another good showing, good boxing discussion. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good fight we're rewatching this week.
Absolutely. And I really can't remember off the top of my head where I've actually seen this fight that we're going to watch at the time that it happened. I'm erring on the side of no, I didn't see it. And we can talk about that in a little while when we come to it. But yeah, looking forward to getting onto that. But before we do, let's have a catch up, because since we last spoke, we had last weekend's huge event over in Saudi Arabia on the 1st of June. It was the 5 versus 5 Queensberry versus Matchroom event. It was a fantastic event, a great night of boxing. It was a long night of boxing as well. And I wasn't too sure about the concept of promoter versus promoter. I'm glad that they managed to make this happen. I think it's excellent for the sport, and I think we got some really good competitive matchups. I'm not really too sure if there were actually many people that were like fully invested in one team or another. Hopefully not, because that just isn't what boxing is about. It's an individual sport, and we like the fighters that we like. But anyway, it was a great night of action. There was a lot of big winners and then some unfortunate losers. Frank Warren was obviously the biggest winner, I guess. All of these guys won. Alex, what did you make of the event as a whole to start off with before we go on individuals?
You have to say it has to be a success. Just watching those fights, so many split opinions. They said Craig Richards too experienced. What was another fight? Nick Ball versus Raymond Ford. A lot of split. Predictions on that. Just looking at that card as a whole, it did feel like 50-50 throughout, and it was one-sided when it came to the teams. However, I think I would speak for boxing fans and say we were entertained. It's a great concept, and I can't wait for the next one, because it did bring a different type of excitement, because it is rival promoters. It is guys that we didn't really foresee them matching up how they did, and I think it's helped grow in the sport. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheikh.
Yeah, of course, the man that's making shit happen. We definitely appreciate that. And like I say, it was a unique concept, and I think they're interested in doing more of them. I'm sure Eddie Hearn will want a bit of revenge, no doubt. But yeah, it was quite an interesting concept. Just the whole from the announcement, announcing the fighters was a bit fucking weird when they were unmasking them. I'm not sure if you ever caught that or the replay of that. That was interesting. But let's go on to the fights themselves then. I think I want to ask you who you thought came out the best. Who came out of the event the best? Like there was some good performances. A lot of the fights were kind of close in terms of the odds, but did anyone particularly stand out for you that you thought came out a lot higher up after the fact than at the start?
It's a really good question, right? Because we had I think there's 3 fights that stood out, right? You would say first, Nick Ball and Raymond Ford. I mean, both those guys, it was a close fight, competitive. You could tell both guys were putting on their best showings. A lot of people were split on what they felt the decision was. I felt Nick Ball won, but it was a split decision, and I was okay if Raymond Ford did get the decision because there were just so many rounds where it's like, well, which one do you prefer? You prefer, Nick Ball landing that mean uppercut, or what, or Raymond Ford with the nice, clean, straight punches. It was that type of fight, and I think both those guys, even though one was a winner, one was got the loss. I think both fighters, their stock went up. Everybody, I think, would agree. You want to see them again, and we look forward to the future. Ray Ford said he's moving up. Nick Ball wants that rematch with Ray Vargas. I'm sure they can find some other fights for him as well. So many opportunities, so many options. That's why we enjoy this sport, because with a guy like Turki Al-Sheikh, any fight is possible. Then you have the other two performances, right? Hamza. Shiraz, yeah. I mean, got clipped a couple of times with ammo, but he showed he was superior technically and as a complete fighter. The jab, the jab, the jab, the jab. That's why they say it'll take you around the world, because he landed it. It was clean. Ammo tried to go on the inside, started having a little bit of success with just throwing punches. What does Shiraz does? Finds that uppercut, stops ammo. I think a lot of people, they weren't. Most people were going Shiraz. However, I think it was split on decision or stoppage. That was a beautiful stoppage. Now Shiraz, I think he's the silver titleist for the WBC. Adames owns the WBC world title, but the big talk is Johnny Beck. I think that's what most people are anticipating next. Shiraz with Queensberry, good relationship with Top Rank. Johnny Beck has a fight coming up. So let's run it, man. I think Shiraz, like I said, with that jab, with that height, very good. I would favor Johnny Beck as today, but that's why you have to see the fights. We got to stop doing fantasy fights. Oh, well, that guy's too experienced. That guy's jab's too good. No, they're both Shiraz is coming off a high. Johnny Beck has basically showing that he's most capable of being number one fighter in that division. Run it. Let's get it. Also, Daniel Dubois, man. A guy with 2 stoppage losses, at a high level. Joe Joyce was able to stop him. I think Dubois was up on the cards, stop him with a broken orbital bone. Usyk, I think we've mentioned it many times. Boxing's talked about it. Arguably could have stopped Usyk. Doesn't get the stoppage, gets stopped. Look at this comeback, man. Jarrell Miller stops him in the 10th. Now, undefeated Filip Hrgović, you mentioned it, I believe, in a tweet. They said he was a boogeyman. Well, knock, knock, knock. Daniel Dubois is pulling you out from beneath that bed, underneath that closet. We have a new monster, and AJ's the big talk. I don't see how they do not make that fight next, unless for some reason something happens to Usyk or Fury. I think that's the most logical fight. They're talking about doing a card in the UK. Both of them are UK fighters. Oh my gosh! I mean, talk about explosive fight, dynamite. That's what I would expect between AJ and Dubois. I got AJ winning, but can't count this man out. Dubois is 26 years old, young, hungry heavyweight that's on the rise. AJ's been in that position before. He knows what he's going to be facing. I think we haven't had this confidence in AJ in a long time. Make the matchup, please. Turkey, you are the man. Stay the man. We definitely want to see that fight. So I would just say with those guys, you could pick any of them. But I definitely think Nick Ball and Raymond Ford, I think they were the biggest winners to me together.
Okay, that's cool. Personally, I've heard loads of praise for Dubois, and I think he was possibly the one that was probably the most expected to lose out of all of the fights. Potentially, I might be getting that wrong, but obviously Hrgović is this supposed monster who was great technically, and he should have been kind of further ahead of the game than he has been. Maybe I know he had issues outside the ring, and he touched on that in our previous stream, but. Hey, great performance by Dubois. He went and smashed him to pieces and got the stoppage. And he comes out, despite a couple of pretty bad defeats, it just shows you that, you can quickly turn around your career with a good few victories and you get right back up there. Losses don't really matter or they shouldn't matter as much as people think that they do.
Matters how you bounce back.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's bounced back nicely, and it was a great win. I just having a quick look into the chat. Boz is with us as usual. Great to have you here, Boz. Thanks, ever present. He's suggesting that Hrgovic got tired, and probably did, but he also got smashed in the face quite a lot as well. Heavy Chevy guy, thanks for being here again. It's good to have you back. Dubois deserves a title shot. What next for him? So yeah, Alex was just mentioning there that potentially AJ Anthony Joshua is the fight to be made there, and a lot of noises are being talked about that fight. And you know what? Ahead of that 5 versus 5, I don't think that was a matchup that was ever being considered, was it really? Joshua's maybe waiting on Tyson Fury to be finished with Usyk before they make that massive fight. But now, Dubois, he's propelled himself up there, and that is now a viable fight that could take place and should take place. But could that be quite risky for Joshua? Do you think that could be a stumbling block? Because Dubois obviously is a big puncher. It's for Joshua, it seems like a high risk and little reward fight, whereas for Dubois, it's another big opportunity for him. What do you think of that, Alex? Could that put a stop to it?
I mean, we just talked about it. One loss don't knock you off the horse. If he does lose, who's to say he can't come back, fight one or two more times, and be right there? So, I mean, Dubois, Heavy Chevy asked, did he deserve a title shot? How could he not? Hrgovic, like I said, was a guy they said is feared.
Big contender.
A guy in position already. Dubois takes that position. He has the interim IBF. So if you want to look through sanctioning bodies, he deserves it. He's been impressive. Even in his losses, he's shown that he can compete. This is a guy that's never been just smacked around and has never been a no-hoper. You know what I mean? And so, but he deserves an AJ shot or undisputed shot. Hey, if he wants a gimme, fuck it. He's 26 years old. He's had tough, the Jarrell Miller had to be tough mentally. Hrgovic, like I said, that was seen as near the highest level. He deserves whatever he can get. Yeah. If he can get a co-feature on a Turkey fight or a homecoming in the UK, AJ, all that. He deserves whatever he wants because he's taking on the fights, he's taking on the risk, and he's winning, and impressively. Now, yeah, with AJ, listen, man, this is what you're here for. You're here to compete. I think AJ needs something, right? I think he's getting close to mastering his mentality. You've seen it. He's mean at these last 2 fights, right? Volny and Ngannou, before he'd be very well spoken, giving long answers, but AJ with the short, sniping answers, that's a dangerous AJ. He seems to be informed. Capitalize on it because it could heavyweights, man. It doesn't matter. He could fight Dubois or he could fight some other guy. Another guy is one punch changes it all. So you're here for the big bucks. You're here for the glory. You're here to prove that you're one of the best. You take on these type of fights to prove all that in one shot and keep it going. So why not? Yeah,
absolutely. I think AJ himself would probably want that. The risk for Eddie Hearn, maybe that's what might be the stumbling block if he has the final say. So I don't know, but interesting nonetheless. Boz says it'd be interesting to see how AJ would handle the power and physicality of Dubois. I think it's a really intriguing fight. An interesting one as well. I also see that Josh has piped up in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, Josh, if you're able to do so. We miss you here, but we'll see you again soon. No doubt about it. Heavy Chevy guy also says he doesn't see any losers when Turkey is paying these guys millions to come fight. Absolutely. That's the other fact. If they're going to get money thrown at them to face each other, so just get it done.
I mean, bro, look at Jarrell Miller, lost to Dubois. Now he's fighting Andy Ruiz. Junior Fa fought. Who did he fight first? He's had 2 fights in Saudi, right? I know he fought, or maybe just one, but he could get brought back easily. Or look at guys that have risen. Caballel, right? Caballel is a guy that now we know who he is because of these opportunities. You know,
Yeah, correct.
so that's why this is great. Now Turkey's bringing the show on the road. You know, he's going to LA in August. He wants to go to London, I think Wembley, right? In September. I mean, this for boxing, we need to take advantage of this because this can help change the game to help boxing give us the best fights, the competitive fights, and help grow the sport to where getting these high level fights is a more consistent thing, which we have been getting the last year and a half.
Yeah. We have. Let's hope that it continues as well, because obviously, as boxing fans, we're the one that's enjoying it. After years of just saying like, why can't we get all the best fighting the best? You know, now hopefully it's come to that, but that's probably because the money's being thrown at it. Again, I'm just looking through the comments here. Heavy Chevy guy says the Eddie Boy could be dangerous for AJ.
Hell, let's get it. Let's see it, man. Let's normalize dangerous fights. Like, you know what I mean? Normalize it. That's what we want. You know what I understand if they want, like I said with Dubois, if they want to do a little layup, sure. Yeah. But we still should see the AJ fight. You know what I mean? Or who's, let's not do, 2 or 3 in between. If you want to get a little layup, get it over with. That's what they should do back in the 80s. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we normalize that?
Yeah. Bells again there thinks Dubois is easy to hit, but we'll probably get smashed by AJ. But you never know. And exactly, you don't know until it actually happens in the ring. So
yeah, he was getting smashed by that right hand, and Hrgovic started spamming it for some reason. And like a lot of people believe, he gassed out. I mean, you had to say he did. Then he got cut, and that energy sat quick. Yeah. Shout out Dubois for throwing punches, headbutt clinch. It got him the win. Hey, if it's allowed, you're going to do what you got to do because you can't be playing any games in there. It's a fight. Things are going to happen. We saw that with Fundora's Zoo. Zoo was beating the shit out of Fundora, runs himself into an elbow. And now it's a completely different fight and you got to fight through it. And then you learn about a fighter, limitations, how tough he is. Zoo showed he was limited, but he was also, elite toughness.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, before we continue on with this card, there's just a couple more talking points on there. Just a quick note that there are some instructions on the screen. We are going to get to our fight pretty soon that we're going to watch and score all together. So if you want to be part of our scoring group, make sure you do register at fight-score.com. Make sure that you join our live stream group. You just need to enter a code, which is there on the screen. It's FSYT22. So once you're a registered member, there's a group section in the menu. Go up to there. Click the button that's add a new group or join a group, you enter that code and then you'll be right in there. You don't have to do it again. You're in our scoring group forever. Once we start scoring fights, you'll see the scorecards coming up when you go into that group. You'll be able to see our scorecards, you'll be able to compare scorecards at your own leisure, and we'll also have an average scorecard for all of us in that group for each fight that we all score. So it is really interesting, really useful tool. You can create your own groups if you wanted to do so with your friends, family, boxing friends, groups, whatever you want to do. So yeah, the instructions are also in the description of the video to help get you there. We'll be starting our stream scoring soon for the fight. But let's continue on with this 5 versus 5. Obviously, there was another huge heavyweight contest, and maybe we might have just seen the last of Wilder, as you predicted and as Josh predicted. Really, that it wasn't going to go very long. Maybe it went a little bit longer than Josh was predicting, but in the 5th round, Zhang eventually got to Deontay Wilder, got the stoppage. It was a pretty heavy knockdown, and Wilder was kind of all over the place. It was a weird move that he did where he ended up with his back to him, and then he was on the deck the next second. Pretty sad to see, but he's had a great career, whether he continues or not. What did you make of it, Alex? Performances, what next for Wilder, what next for Zhang?
Next for Wilder, man. It's up to him. Listen, great career, exciting, really helped revitalize that heavyweight division. Had a great trilogy. I think a trilogy a lot of people put as one of the great heavyweight trilogies as well. So
Yeah.
But listen, I don't know if it's the coach. I don't know if it's personal reasons. I don't know if it's physical. But obviously, it's not the same Wilder for maybe one or multitude of reasons. If he wants to retire, perfect. If he wants to fight on, I would personally suggest dropping a couple levels, maybe gain that confidence back, maybe try to work on the things you seem to be wanting to work on, because at the top level, it's tough to introduce new things and not get it live action to really work out the kinks. Yeah, we saw him doing that crazy ass spin move. I couldn't believe that was a real thing, because then he did it in another clip, and then we kind of see it in the fight. But shout out Zhang, man. Big Bang Zhang. He said he was gonna bang him, and he Wilder got banged. He's an older guy, 40 years old, unsure exactly where he fits in the picture. We've seen him. You put him with someone that stands in front of him, or that's not as technically good as him. He's probably gonna punch you out. You see a guy with a little bit of movement, high, waist movement, like Joe Parker, gives him problems, especially because his gas tank isn't the best. He is, 270, 280, 290 plus. That's a big body, 6'6". So, I mean, you would think maybe the Joe Parker rematch, would they dare do something like, yeah, it was crazy, Josh. You would wonder, are they going to try something like Caballel? A lot of options, man. Shout out Turkey. We'll see. We'll be watching. But Big Bang Zhang, man, another KO win.
Yeah, and another one that just goes to show after that defeat previously, one more victory and bang, no pun intended, but straight back up there. And it's really interesting, just that level down from Usyk and Fury, I guess, is the top two. And then you've got maybe Joshua. Well, then, Joseph Parker's now propelled himself up there. Zhang's back up there. Dubois now back up there. Just that next level down from those top guys. The heavyweight pitches, it's really interesting, isn't it? There's a lot of good matchups to be made there. I tweeted about it that the heavyweight landscape seems to be the one that just shifts and changes within short amounts of time dramatically.
But you know how we got here? They had to fight each other.
Exactly.
That's how you find out. Like welterweight, there's a couple guys left. Now it's like, oh well, Boots is the best. Okay, sure. He has to fight his way to it. Can't just hand it to him. And people are like, well, welterweight's shallow. Well, if they fight each other, I bet you that whole perspective changes, because that's what happened at 154 when Jermell was when he unified and undisputed. A lot of people were like, oh, 154, there's some pretty decent guys. This guy won, he got beat by another guy. That guy beat by another one, and then someone unifies. Now that division's deep, they say, because those guys fought each other. You have a multitude of, multiple former champions, and then you have one champion. Now you're seen as deep. That's how you do it. You have to fight the fights. Stop giving these guys victories without them fighting them.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move things along. Well, just before we do the last word on that one, I guess heavy guy. I guess this is it makes sense. Wilder Zhang fight made him happy and sad all at the same time. Yeah. Let's move things along, shall we? Also, Bivol got a win on that card, expected. We don't need to dwell on that. He got a stoppage in round 6. And early on in the card, Willie Hutchinson got a unanimous decision over Craig Richards. I didn't see that myself. Can't really comment too much on that. But I think that was another upset win, wasn't it? I think Richards was a slight favourite in that.
Yep.
Contest. So that's a good win for Hutchinson. I think there's been talk since then of him potentially facing possibly
Buatsi. He's been ordered.
Buatsi, yeah.
Because Yardy boy.
And Yard.
Letting the fans down a little bit, man.
Yeah, that's not progressed for whatever reason, has it? So yeah, Willie Hutchinson versus Buatsi, that could be an interesting fight. So one to keep an eye on there. Let's move along, because obviously there was a lot to talk about on that card. Let's go with these last weekend that's just gone. There was 2 or 3 cards over in the States. Boz mentioned one earlier, Stephen Butler.
Over there in Canada, middleweight, yeah, Canada. Man.
I'm not sure if you've
That
seen
was
that
an
one.
upset. That was a pretty that was an upset, man. Some people felt it was a controversial stoppage, but he was getting punched on. It was a competitive fight, but the other guy, Patrick Volny, was definitely Patrice definitely seems to have the sharper punches. And yeah, ends up getting the stoppage on the feet. Stephen Butler just came off a first round knockout of Steve Rose. Only the other time we seen Steve Rose knocked out was against Triple G. That was like in 4 rounds. Stephen Butler knocked him the fuck out in 1. So yeah, this fight, it wasn't, well, I wouldn't say a huge upset. I think it was like Butler was like a minus 225, so it was a good upset, but not, but yeah, man, gets stopped. And before that, knockout of the year, Osley Iglesias versus a dude from Russia. Man, right hook. That guy looked like he was trying to ride a bicycle on the floor. So look out for him in super middleweight. And then Friday, we had the return of Adrian Broner, 4-weight champion. The Can Man. Willie let his hands go. I heard it for years about if he lets his hands go. AB's a 4-time world champion, so he should beat Blair to Flair. My friends, listen, he's a 4-weight champion. Absolutely, you can't take that away, right? He won 4 different world title belts in 4 different weight classes. It doesn't matter anymore. This guy, Broner, great excitement for many years. However, you can see it's taken a toll, his lifestyle, the kind of what's been happening in the ring. Not to say Blair to Flair is a great fighter, but I always felt Cobb was just going to beat him once they made this matchup. Make some money on it. Yeah, Blair to Flair knocks him down in the second round, knocks his tooth out. You got to give it to Broner. Tough guy. Fought through it, battled through. Actually started landing some good punches in the 9th, 10th round. But unfortunately, fight just scored round by round, guys. Adrian didn't win no more than 3 rounds. And Blair to Flair, man, now he's seen as a guy at 147 to make noise because he's got to win over a 4-time world champion.
Yeah, it's good what those records can do for you. If you get a win over like an aging veteran, I guess you could say, for Broner. He should probably retire. He's had quite a few bad losses over the years, but probably one of them that'll stick around for way too long. I also see that on the undercard to that, Michael Hunter got a win.
Oh my God, terrible fight.
That
guy Cheney did not come to fight at all for some reason. We were wondering, me and some other people watching the fight, was Cheney hurt? It's coming off a stoppage win over Trevor Bryan, former WBA regular champ that Dubois knocked out.
Yep.
But Michael Hunter, man, just workhorse in there, gets a 10-round decision. Now he's, I think he's next in line for the WBA heavyweight title. So he's, maybe he fights Dubois. I don't know. Maybe he fights AJ. I don't know. Unlikely, but he was talking about fighting Usyk because, they did rematch and it was a competitive fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, a few years ago, he seems to be on the up a bit, Michael Hunter. Obviously, it's smaller for the heavyweight, but he's capable, isn't he? A decent boxer. I think he gave Povetkin a good fight some years back. But then he had that.
So it was a good fight.
Yeah, it was a draw. And he also had a draw against Jerry Forrest. I think that's what really derailed him at that point.
Fight. Yeah, it started with quick, like it was like 4-5-0 first 5 rounds, and then Jerry came back and started punching on Michael Hunter. So you might have a gas tank issue or doesn't work that hard. He's in Team Combat League now. Lost an exhibition a couple months ago in Russia or somewhere in that Eastern European, Central Asia area. So yeah, Michael Hunter's a question mark.
Yeah, he also seemed very inactive. I just got his record up there. He had after Jerry Forrest, it was like nearly 2 years, and then he fought in Mexico in 2023 and then won twice now in 2024. But yeah, I don't think he's going to really make any great noises now with the rest of that heavyweight division as it's come about. So yeah, that looks like there's loads on that card, but we won't stick around on it. There was one other card, was there this weekend, was it? Xander Zayas?
Yeah, Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, man. Xander Zayas' first headliner against a former champion, Patrick Teixeira. A lot was made about the weigh-in. I don't know if you saw the pictures, but Patrick Teixeira basically looked like a guy that can't do a push-up. looked very skinny and frail. I would say he's never looked that skinny, but that is more of his natural frame. But this is a guy that went 12 rounds with Carlos Adames, and I believe knocked Adames down. This is a guy that went 12 rounds with Castaño. Castaño almost stopped him, but didn't. Almost don't count, but he went the rounds. Got knocked out by Curtis Stevens earlier in his career. I think that was near 160. Curtis Stevens, I don't know if a lot of guys know him. Big puncher. Came up as like a murderer puncher all the way up to he's knocking guys out of light heavyweight, and he's like 5'7". All right, dude can punch. Getting knocked out by Curtis Stevens isn't the end of the world. So been stopped one time. People expected off of that Xander Zayas, younger, fresher, was going to stop him. Not me. I always thought it was going to go decision. But Xander looked good. He looked fast. He looked, powerful enough. Teixeira was looking really stale, I guess. Those first 3 rounds seemed to wake up. Towards the middle, started making just veteran things, turning with shots, being able to, take a little bit off when he was getting hit to the body. Started trying to land the left hand. Got hurt really bad, I think, in the 7th. But that's why you have to go through these experiences, because you learn, you need to step it up another gear, or, be a little quicker in anticipation. Because Xander wasn't able to really push it to where it needs to go to force a stoppage. But that's why Teixeira was battle tested. Xander isn't. And we saw what happens. 21 years old. Remember that. He's a young guy. Look at these other fighters. Terrence Crawford was fighting 8-rounders at 21 years old. Canelo, I think, was facing former champions from a division below, like Carlos Baldomir. I think he was like 21 years old. He didn't fight a guy that was a current champion until he was 22. Xander seems to be on that track. 154 is wide open, right? I mean, we have Terrence Crawford fighting Madrimov. We got a new IBF champion. Fundora just became a unified champ. Like what I said before, 154, they have people see it as deep. Xander has entered that realm now. He said he wants Josh Kelly, Erickson Lubin, and there's another name that I can't recall right now. Be patient, guys. Still a growing boy. Really impressed with his maturity. But yeah, he's got to show he can put the little extra on things to go ahead and really break through. Puerto Ricans love him. Great kid. But at the end of the day, you got to let your fist do the most of the talking. Not to say he talks shit, but we want to see great performances. That was a good one. Now we want to see great.
Cool. Okay. Definitely want to keep an eye on. And also in that same realm, there was Bruce Carrington. He got another stoppage win. And who else was on there that I saw? Is it Jahi Tucker? He's kind of a bit of a prospect as well.
That was the guy that they wanted Xander to fight, but he got derailed fighting Nicholas Flas. Shout out Nicholas Flas, another Puerto Rican. Had a draw as well. Jahi Tucker's a guy that comes to fight. I'm not sure exactly where his ceiling is, but he's going to make good fights because he's pushing forward. He's throwing them bangers. He's a guy that I hope Top Rank never gets rid of because he's great to put on undercards. ShuShu fought a late replacement, a guy that was tough, a guy that gave him a little bit of something to work on. I would say work through in the beginning. The guy was landing good right hands. ShuShu made the adjustments, got the timing down, got the distance, walked the guy down, and got a well-earned stoppage. Inoue was in the crowd. People are saying when Inoue moves up eventually, that's a potential matchup. We'll see if ShuShu stays at 126. This is a guy that has a decorated amateur career. Unfortunately, couldn't go to the Olympics because they eliminated his weight class. But definitely another guy beloved, U.S. amateur system, fellow compatriots there. They always boost him up. Guy that was just in Tank's camp. So a lot is expected to be ShuShu. 27 years old. A lot of people say it's time. They want another guy. He's been putting on good performances. We want a good opponent and see him have a great performance. Just give him the opportunity. All
right. That is nicely wrapped up. Definitely some good names to keep an eye out for. We spoke about ShuShu and Zayas before quite a few times now, and it's good to see that they're going along nicely, 18-0 and 11-0. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on them in the months and years to come, no doubt. Okay, on that note, let's move things along. Let's get into what we're here for. Let's watch and score a fight from yesteryear. I can't believe this is 18 years ago. It feels like yesterday. Because again, you know, I hark back to it. This is my university years when I kind of got myself back into watching boxing, and it's disgusting that it's that long ago since those days. It just feels like you know, just a couple of years ago. That's how time flies. But do you want to give us an introduction to this one, Alex, and I'll get us set up on the screens?
Absolutely. So, guys, this is the fight I think is going to be well worth not just watching, but scoring. What's the fight? Ricky Hatton versus Luis Collazo. Let's start with the challenger. Just recently inducted this weekend into the Hall of Fame. Ricky the Hitman Hatton. 27 years old, 5'7.5". I don't believe that. 65-inch reach from Manchester, United Kingdom. Something that a lot of people don't know. 1996 World Junior Championship bronze medalist at light welterweight. This took place in Havana, Cuba. Former IBF, WBA, and the ring light welterweight champion. Coming in at 40-0 with 30 knockouts. Now to El Campeón, Luis Collazo, 25 years old, 5'9", 72-inch reach. From Brooklyn, New York, Puerto Rican. And he's the current WBA welterweight champion. 26-1, 12 KOs. Don't get it twisted. Luis Collazo can punch. You'll see that in later fights after this. This fight took place in Boston, Massachusetts. So definitely set up for Ricky. May 13, 2006.
It's interesting you say that I set up for Hatton. And when I was putting this fight together, because obviously it's an event I've had to create for our stream today, and I realized that it was in Boston. I was like, that's strange. But then I guess if they got like, it's a big Irish place, isn't it? And maybe that puts them on the side.
Ricky Irish?
No, it's not Irish, but you know, Irish, British. I don't know. Maybe they've got some allegiance to. You tell me. I know.
He's from your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, he's from Manchester, but he was a fan favorite across the whole of the UK. He had that fight fan friendly style. So yeah, right.
What did they used to call it? The Hatton Army or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so. It did have an army. I don't know what this particularly called it, to be fair. But anyway, let's get to it. There's should be a link in the video description to the fight scorecard, but I will paste it into the chat as well, because I know that Boz usually reads that.
Oof. Nice fast right hook. Oh my God, already.
Fuck me. Look away for a second. So 15 seconds and he's down.
This is Ricky's first fight at welterweight. First official fight, I guess. You know, I gotta look to see if he fought like one.
Yeah, it was. This is his first step up.
Yeah, so people are saying that Ricky got power moving up. Well, he just put down the champion.
Yeah, he had a really fun style, didn't he, Ricky Hatton? Just kind of a little terrier, all in. Lots of body work, body shots.
Yeah, look how short he is, man. But he said a bully, man. He's looking, pretty decent speed, Not that he had fast hands, but he looks good. Looks healthy. Oh, keep that left hand up, Ricky. Yeah, Luis Collazo, huge right hook. Best comparison is Andy Lee.
Okay.
You see that leverage he's getting on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice body shot by Ricky, and I like how, he steps out of distance.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Good body shot from both of those gentlemen there. You see, Collazo's a natural 147, so You know, with Ricky trying to put this pressure on him, especially the physical pressure. We'll see exactly what it does to Collazo. I mean, Ricky's a smaller guy moving up. But he's showing him, you know, you ain't gonna bully me. I'm gonna bully you. Oh, nice short left hook. His legs might have been in the air, so maybe not too much. But yeah, man, touch him. You knocked him down. Let him know you're in a fight. Ricky with a little bounce. Nice quick right hook from Luis. Yeah, you better be careful with that right hook. I'm telling you, it's gonna lump you up.
Oh, nice.
Okay, also, you know, the physical pressure. I wouldn't say it's getting to him, but he's losing the battle because of that physical pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, just that style that Hatton had, always marauding forward. Like I say, he's not the biggest of guys, but he had that physical presence and strength to be able to just back people up.
Yeah, no, great first round from Hatton. I don't think you could ask for a better start.
Absolutely, don't forget to get your scorecards in, folks. Oh, we got a bit of a buffer in, but we're back. We are back.
You know, I was gonna score on my desktop, and I'm like, no, let me do it from my phone. Of course, I did that last minute, but I'm good. I know my score is gonna be interesting. You know, Billy Graham actually did not want him to move up to 147.
Hopefully, this is not going to keep buffering for too long. That's what we'll be here all night.
It's giving me extra time. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. So eyes down. That's a mistake. Cardinal sin. That's what happens when you put them eyes down. Ooh, boom. Left hook.
Nice left hook. A jumping hook.
The gazelle hook, right? Oof. I wonder how you scored that on the spine.
Well, when our boss scored it 10-8. Oh, is that another one?
Slippy.
Let's make this a bit bigger.
Oh man, what a great start from Ricky, huh?
Yeah, man. All guns blazing, man.
I don't know what he's complaining about. Like, bro, you're bending. No one's pushing you down. Now you just gotta wonder, can Ricky keep this pace? Because this is like it's just taxing on the body. This is your first fight. I mean, obviously he's trying to get him out of there, right? No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And
he's
right
obviously
to the right hook to the body. Jesus Christ!
Could hear them thudding in. Yeah, he's obviously had a great start. 15 seconds in, and
Luis is getting shots in, but they are not deterring Ricky at all. We're not seeing him take up. You know, it's not like he gets things. Like, oh, let me get out of range. Nah, he's staying in the bulldog mentality. Like I said, Ricky's looking good on his legs.
He always had a very good engine. He was always like very, always on the front foot, always moving. He never seemed to really take many breaks, and he always kept going. Good engine on him.
Oof, nice jab.
Very nice jab, yeah.
Luis getting some work off. About 15 seconds ago, he got a couple shots in too. I'm sure the commentary just ignored it. Not us, though. Nice shots. Nice touching shots.
They get a feeling there after these last 45 seconds or so, Collazo feels like he's weathered the storm.
You see, he needs space.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gets a bit of space and it can work.
I would like him to plant a little bit right here. There you go. See? Nice left to the body. Good leverage on that right hook he threw. Look, jab. See, there's just little things in those lulls. Just helps keep him off a little bit. But the thing is he used to this? His body, like you said, this is the way. This is a Ricky Hatton fight all the way. It'd be interesting how we feel how this round. We're in the last 20 seconds. Be interesting how this ends. Nice.
So
that's the thing, right? It's just little touching shots. Next thing you know, it's 2 minutes. 2.5. Oof. Oh, that hurt. All that work erased off one punch. Yeah.
You know what?
Crazy, right?
It was half kind of leg tangled as well, but it looked like a damaging shot nonetheless.
So it's funny. In the beginning of the round, his legs, he was not steady on his legs. He slipped. And at the end of the round, he was not steady on his legs. Very interesting how people would score that. You could argue Luis won more than half that round.
Yeah.
You couldn't even argue that. I think it was pretty obvious, right? But it's professional boxing. Effective punching. Number one.
Effective, and what caught the eye more?
Man, shout out Luis Collazo, man. Did good work just for it to be smashed.
Buffering, stop it.
Yeah, look at that. Look at Ricky, boy. So let me at him.
He's a relentless terrier.
Interesting. He's been pretty close to that left hook, Definitely see Collazo's having a little trouble picking it up at times. Nice slip in, though. There you go. Like to see him counter with a straight left after that dip.
Feels like the pace has slowed a bit by hand.
But Collazo, I don't think he's taking full advantage.
No.
What's going on? Don't tell me you didn't have a mouthpiece this whole time. Oh, it's bleeding. Oh, no. That can change a fight. Like I mentioned before, Fundora Zoo.
It's fine to continue. It's just spurting blood badly.
Right back to all over him.
So 1 minute 15 to go. This sounds wide open. Both trading.
Right hook. You see, man. Hatton just able to touch him, man.
Yeah. All scoring. He's keeping that distance awkward for Collazo not to be able to find those shots properly, isn't he?
Yeah, when Collazo is able to land, it's just like a little too close, so there's not much effect to the punches. Just smothering them. Yeah. Like you said, finding that right distance for himself. Controlling the distance. Look at that. That was nice. Shifted the weight to his back leg and able to push forward and stay in the doghouse.
Oh, cheeky little shot there. The break.
Mm.
Okay. Three rounds down then. Let us know how you're scoring these rounds, folks, if you are participating.
If only he had hair, huh? If you didn't guess, this is Ricky Hatton's first headliner in the U.S., but I believe about the third or fourth fight. He actually fought in the undercard of Prince Nassim versus Kevin Kelly, which was in New York.
Okay.
And there was another fight as well.
Yeah, I think I saw he had some earlier fights.
Oof.
That's the head clash.
Fuck. Just keep it there, man. Just keep it there. That right hook, man, really, when he gets the right space, he's not really missing. Oof, nice left hand from Collazo. Cupping right hook.
Looked like he staggered a little bit there, Hatton. Oh, another clean one.
Oh, nice short right hand from Hatton. You see Hatton, man, keeping the punches low. Running back to the well. So you got to be first, Luis. Got to be first. So now he's trying to test Hatton's fitness at 147, backing him up. You know, I love to see that. From the crowd reaction, you felt like, I guess, Hatton must have landed something in that exchange. Can't always go off with the crowd reaction. Like I said, man, Collazo gets such really good leverage on that right hook. I mean, you can just see it. And he's able to land. Oof, nice little body shot. See, got to be first. See, there you go. See, you got him ducking now. Can't hit you there. See if you can get him duck again. Nope.
Can hear the frustration.
No, he allows himself to be mauled when he doesn't have to be mauled. You get the longer reach, you're better technically. Should be the stronger fighter. This is your weight class. You're the champion. Not around with any highlights, I would say. Nothing, no signature moments. So it's up for grabs. I would say Collazo's maybe landed the cleaner work, but that pressure from Hatton, I mean, he's been landing as well. You know, he's been landing a lot on the inside. But yeah, interesting round. It could be one punch can change it.
Yeah. Oh, like that one. A lot of it's been like this, hasn't it? This kind of in too close, half holding, half trying to just score some cheap shots. Oh,
I'm saying what? They're throwing punches, which is what we like to see. Oof.
Yeah, Hatton's missed quite a lot there, and Collazo's landing. Yeah, good round.
That's 4.
All right, that is 4. We'll take a look at what we've got. Oh, buffer.
Yeah, man, nice little fight.
Yeah, man. All action. Oh, there's Hatton's mum and dad. Classic. They were at all of his fights, I think.
Oh, that's good.
All right, let's take a pause.
Where's Lil Campbell?
Was he even born at this time?
2006. He should be born.
Yeah, it would have been just about probably. Okay, I just need to get our scores. Fetch our scorecards. Oh my goodness! How many scorecards have you all created?
Ooh, me?
Yeah, 2. Which one? Which one is your most recent? Let's try that one. Boz has scored a shitload as well.
You were just so excited.
Yeah. Spamming that button. Let's refresh that one. Okay, we can pop that back up. Look at the state of this. Okay, Boz has got 3 scorecards. You've got 2 scorecards.
Holy shit. He really likes Hatton.
So Boz has got this one 4-0 to Hatton. You've got it pretty close, 38-37, so that'll be 2 rounds apiece, and then there'll be the extra point for the knockdown. And I've got it 1 round to 3. Let's see if my thing will let us compare. And it does nicely. Okay. So you're on the left. This is the scorecard comparison for you folks that aren't aware. Side-by-side scorecard, so you can just quickly see how you compare to other people. So Alex on the left-hand side, I'm on the right-hand side. First round, obviously, 10-8 round for Hatton because of the knockdown. Alex might have been a little bit overzealous with that percentage, but, you know. I love the percentage slider because, you know, you can just choose to do what you want. Round 2, it looks like we have a difference of opinion, so that's cool. Alex gave that one to Collazo. I went with Hatton. And then round 3, we've got the exact same scores across the board. 10-9, 60-40, controlled the action. All for Hatton in round 3. And then in round 4, we're both giving that one to Collazo. Difference of opinions on the sliding percentages, but same score and same reasoning. Excellent. Good work. Let's continue.
Maybe I'm biased or something. That's why I got the closest. Punches in round 4. Oh, wow. Shout out punch numbers. Always my favorite.
I didn't quite catch those, but there we go.
Good. Look at this. See, look at that right hook. I'm telling you, that thing, it's beautiful, that right hook. I need to watch him and just change it to orthodox, man. I got to learn that, man. I got to work on my hook, man. You know, I got a fight coming up September 14th, Border Wars, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Check us out. The Boxing Voice YouTube channel, September 14th. Don't forget that date. We're training, baby. We cutting weight. Let's go. It sucks. All my buddies say I'm definitely a little more short-tempered during this time.
I won't tell you about the barbecue I cooked us yesterday.
Yeah, my girlfriend bought Spanish food, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I took a bite, though. Yeah, no. 30 seconds in, not much going on. I like the double jab from Collazo. It doesn't miss, but that's what it is. A guy like Hatton, you got to keep him off of you because once he can get himself in there, you've seen it, the left hooks, the right hands, the body work, and no, I've never heard anyone ever mention it. The footwork, it's good.
For Hatton, yeah.
I love the transfer of balance he does. That little jumping in and out. I mean, he knows how to stay on you, like you said, like a terrier.
Yeah, that's it. He was like a little marauding terrier, isn't he? Always kind of going forward, trying to push you back and cut off that space. Oh, that's a nice shot.
I think he slipped it. I think he might have caught him here.
Mm-hmm.
He threw it beautifully, though. Like, it was nice technique. If I'm not mistaken, I got the same score as Ledman. No. But these are scoring shots, you know, from, you know, I think front of the ear, shoulders in, you know, that counts as a scoring shot. So even if you hit here, but I don't want it. You don't want to hit in the collarbone. You're gonna break their collarbone. You're gonna hurt your hand.
Oh, yeah, at your wrist. It's caught again. Behave.
What the fuck?
just going back to that, like that bounce thing that Hatton does, that you say is quite nice, and it is nice. It works effectively until he came against Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, and Mayweather too.
And then he bounced straight onto it. Yeah, Mayweather as well. Oh, he's a few nice shots there. Referee's head was a bit in the way, but I assume it.
At 140, he was a monster. His coach knew at 147, those guys are bigger and stronger.
Yeah. Last 30 seconds.
It hasn't been another one that's full of highlights, but I mean, Ricky's just bringing the pressure.
Yeah.
Behind the head. Come on. But yeah, you see Luis, man, there's urgency. I love it. Nice turn with him too. Ricky, he ain't turned with him. Ricky was gonna pop you.
Oh, that was a quick 30 seconds.
Yeah, interesting round. Bum, bum, bum.
Pretty close, that one. Yes. Chilled. Nice chilled.
Taylor Wright. Did we do that fight? Jermaine Taylor Winky? We've done Jermaine Taylor fights. We've done Winky.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we have done that fight.
I'm telling you, I was just telling someone yesterday, bro. Everyone talks about Winky being defensive. When he was champion, they said he was boring. How many fights we watched that were fucking great with him?
Yeah. Pretty sure we said that on the stream as well.
I'm telling you, man. It's crazy how we let media control our minds. Not to get too deep, but...
Hey, yeah, we did catch that one. 11 months back, it says Jermaine Taylor Winky Wright. Go and watch it.
Vargas.
Go and watch it in the archives, folks, if you've not seen that one already.
Yeah, like, subscribe while you're here, man. Appreciate all you guys. Good fight, man. I think it's really interesting clash of styles. Interested to see, we're getting towards the mid rounds. Is fatigue going to set in? Is Collazo going to find his distance? Can one of them find the right punch to hurt the other?
I've already said earlier. Oh, yeah, it's a nice
combo.
It's caught him a few times. I've already said earlier that Hatton had a very good engine. He was always there. Hopefully, that doesn't come back to bite me. But he is, this is more towards the end of his career.
Collazo's boxing, very nice jab. But you see,
snapped his head
calling
back.
for it, man. Just being first. You see how it's just now he has the right distance. Look, see, jab, make him duck. Now you can reset. You could work off of that. You could feint that you're gonna move and then hit him with a left.
So Buzz gave that last round his first one to Collazo there.
It's funny. I get it to Hatton. I just like this pressure.
I was on the side of Buzz there. I gave that one to Collazo as well. That's another red marker, Alex. 2 rounds red.
Damn it. Nah, but this pretty obvious. All Luis Collazo this round. Found his distance. Is in a groove. You see Ricky, man, he's trying to find an answer. It's not really can't find it right now.
He's trying to close that distance, which is
but he's doing it wrong.
Collazo. Yeah.
He's trying to walk through the front door. Mm-hmm. See, there he goes again, trying to walk through and hope to touch him. All right, good straight shots.
I think he's trying to get his back to the ropes, isn't he, and cut off that distance.
Definitely Hatton's worst round. See what adjustments he can make. Nice right hand from Ricky. Couldn't follow up though. There you go, Luis. Nice, tight, fucking, little squeeze. Then, like, whoa,
little chokehold.
I couldn't walk Ricky back then. Ricky said, "Nope."
Oh man, nice turn.
Ricky's trying. He's trying to fit those shots in, But you can see there, you see how Ricky went a guard like this, kind of stuck. He's not sure exactly what punch is coming from Collazo. Yeah, I guess maybe Ricky just took the round off.
Yeah, that's potentially. I was throwing a bit at the end, but it was too late, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful round from Collazo, man. Beautiful. Puerto Rican Day, weekend, man. Puerto Rican Parade Day. However you want to say it. I don't even know. Look at that. Identical percentages. Hatton definitely has been throwing more.
Interesting, isn't it?
But that was a big round from Collazo.
So then, boss, is that your second round for Collazo, or did you go with Hatton on that one?
For all those that don't know, this is Collazo's second defense of his WBA welterweight title. Won it from a fellow Puerto Rican, Jose Antonio Rivera, winning by split decision. Ricky was coming off his two biggest wins. He stopped Carlos Massa, a Colombian fighter that was a WBA champ, and of course his biggest one, stopping the great Costa Su. He also earned the Ring Fighter of the Year for those two big wins. Oh, shout out Letterman, man. Letterman knows how to score today, unlike y'all two.
It's confirmed. Team Letterman.
Oh, nice clean shots from Clay. Oh, nice right hook. I'm telling you, that thing's beautiful. If you're a southpaw boxer, man, watch the right hook from Collazo.
Maybe Hatton did take that last round off because he's definitely come out firing a bit more on this one. Collazo's matching him. Nice movement.
It's a title fight, baby. This is what you want to see. Two guys going at it. And beautiful pace for welterweight. Probably, I would say, above average for sure on the punches thrown. This is why you got to fight the fights, Hatton, this was placed for him to win and then to go fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. That was the plan. Get a strap, unify.
Yeah, he had a few more fights before the Mayweather fight.
I think it was like one or two.
Yeah.
What do you fight, like Paulie after this, probably?
That was after Mayweather, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Okay.
Mayweather, Malinashi, yeah.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, because that was his kind of coming back.
Now, don't forget the first half of the round, guys, because I know though sometimes that's what happens a lot, especially with a break. We get 30 seconds, come back, and then, last 20 seconds, a guy lands two punches. Oh, he won the round. Let's not do that.
Getting a bit of a telling off there.
Little butt slap, little slap butt there. Oh, don't do that, Collazo. Got knocked down last time. Yeah, man. Ricky wants this round. He needs
I think he's edging it for me. He's done a bit more, been a bit more successful. Collazo's not found that rhythm as he's done previous rounds. Letting himself
Ricky's
get tied
definitely
up.
been winning it since the break. Slapping punches. Collazo's pissed off about something.
Probably the bum touching. He's swinging for the fences, mister. Bit scrappy at the end, but I think that's a Hatton round for me. Don't tell the judge, Alex, and we'll compare next time.
One of my monitors went out for some reason, and now I'm all scrambled.
Hey, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world.
Oh my god, bro! I'm telling you, something's wrong, like with my ports or something. Damn, look at those jab numbers. It's time to get a new modem, bro. Am I coming through? My audio is good. It's not chopping.
Audio's fine. Yeah.
The video's chopping.
Oh, it's all clear. Oh yeah. Yo, camera video, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit choppy. Mine's been like that as well. Though.
Try to do technical support and watch the fight.
Do you want me to pause it, man? I can pause it.
No, you good.
You're good. Well, don't take your eye off the fight, yeah.
I feel sharper multitasking.
Got that IT technician right there. Okay, 2 minutes left in this round. A quick minute is gone. Collazo's slowing down a bit.
Yeah. Ricky's just mucking it up, man.
Landed a nice uppercut in there. And then it's back to tying up.
Jesus. Nasty work this round, man, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's not been the best one to watch, but I mean, they're still coming forward, but they're just tangling up, aren't they, a bit?
Super mucky, gross.
Always.
He was trying to shoot time, but fuck.
It looks quite low, those body shots. Oh, we're slowed down. It's buffering.
Yo, he just slapped his hand. Get that shit down.
All right, we'll take a pause in a second. We'll get our scores in.
If someone says someone scored the cleaner punches there, boy, I want to have a conversation. Ain't nothing clean about that.
Valid, very valid.
Damn.
That option should have been grayed out for that round.
That's one of the dirtiest rounds I've seen in a while.
You know, thinking back, I think that was something that Ricky Hatton got labelled as a bit of a dirty fighter, didn't he?
A little bit.
I think it was just his style, wasn't it? That kind of, trying to get in close.
He's so undersized.
True. Let's go back to our group. Let's see where we're at. Oh, my word. Look at that. We're all in agreement. So
how did that
across
happen?
the board, I have no idea. It's come to 77-74 for us all for Ricky Hatton at this stage after 8 rounds. Interesting. Let's go back into our 2 scorecards and we'll go from round 4. So yeah, as we know, round 5 we had a difference of opinion there. Red border. So you scored that one to Hatton and I scored that to Collazo. Very close round. Round 6, we was in agreement for Collazo. You gave out quite wide, 65-35, so probably his best round of the fight on your card, which is fair. I give it 60-40. And then look at that, 2 perfectly green rounds. 10-9 to Collazo for both the last 2 rounds, 55-45, and both times he was on the front foot. Wasn't clean, it was scrappy, but he was most effective. Quick shout out to Average Boxing Fan, he's made it.
There was no Mexican, so he didn't make time.
It didn't rush here for this one. hey, well, you say that, but that was Ricky Hatton's nickname, the Manchester Mexican, wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah, he had that kind of go forward style. He wore a sombrero to the ring a couple of times on entrances, I'm pretty sure.
No, I didn't know that. That's what's up.
There you go. Always learning.
Manchester Mexican, huh? Average Boxing Fan. I just got here, but Collazo went in the UK or sucks. That's not true, man. Good fight. We value your opinion, sir, though. Thank you. Average Boxing Fan, do you remember Hatton versus Barrera?
What happened to that? Was that a recent exhibition thing?
Yeah, didn't they do that?
Yeah, I don't recall seeing it though.
I mean, who the fuck cares to see that?
Well, yeah, no one cares.
But then again, they said Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. They said set a record for Texas pre-sale.
Really? Well, that ain't going ahead, so. Oh, okay, so I just had to go back and read. So it was ahead of Hatton's fight against Castillo. He plans to enter the ring dressed as in a poncho and sombrero when he comes up against a Mexican in Vegas.
Did he stop him?
I can't remember.
So Collazo's definitely trying to keep the distance more. You see him definitely making sure he's backing up enough to try to get his punches off. Yeah, man, it's just been ugly these last couple rounds. Someone's got to take control. Nice left hands. There you go. 3 left hands from Hatton.
Clean shots. Moving forward.
Yeah, right hook, boy. Boy, Hatton got a nasty chin. Yeah, you want to see a nasty right hook? Look up Collazo versus Victor Ortiz. Oof. Man, Ricky Hatton just bullying his way to landing these shots. Ooh, no warning. Okay, cool.
Just carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on, Ricky.
Let Luis do that, though.
He scored some nice shots there, Ricky Hatton, again. Last, 3 to the head that I saw land. Maybe that's my Manchester bias, I don't know. But that's what I saw.
Oof.
Yeah, nice.
There you go. Nice little swivel front.
Oh,
Good.
okay.
Right. You might have heard him.
Okay, yeah, he looks a little bit bothered by that, but he's bouncing around.
Yeah, he's
Got his
perfectly fine, right?
yeah,
Fucking Hatton. Warrior.
yeah, he was tough, man. Oh, he's
Oof,
cracked
another
again.
interesting. How do you score it? That was a good round. That round had a bad first half, second half. They was
Yeah,
throwing
man.
blows.
So that's a perfect contestant for a man on the front foot. Do you like that for most of the round, or Collazo's last 30 seconds? Those two very clear best scoring shot of the round.
Oh, wow, look at those punch numbers. I love them. So good. But no, it's widening gap.
Hatton's eyes swelling up there. Badly bruised as well. Yeah, Boz says the close round, but that big punch swings it.
Agreed.
That's fair. That is fair. Up in there.
What's your problem, Ricky? Not nice. Just want to see Luis commit more to his jab, man. It makes such a big difference. Exchange blows there. But you see Luis definitely, making sure he's moving his feet. Still gets fucking latched onto. Jesus Christ. You got to give it to Ricky, though, man. That's real pressure he's bringing. It just seems Luis is more comfortable with dealing with it, for sure, as the fight went on. Good short right hand from Hatton. Luis looked like he might have missed with that jab. Both guys in great shape. I mean, it's been a grueling fight. Throwing a lot of punches, a lot of holding, a lot of inside work.
Yeah, definitely tough.
What an introduction to welterweight, man. Oof, nice big right hand from Hatton there. No warning again. Cool.
I guess this was the easy route for Hatton to make his way up and have a title shot. There's Mayweather up there. There was, I'm guessing, Pacquiao was around. Mosley possibly. It was packed, wasn't it, back then, the welterweight division. Other names escape me at the moment, but Otto, we was probably around at this stage.
No, definitely welterweight was popping, yeah. It's 2006, so if Cotto wasn't there, he was approaching.
Yeah. Margarito.
He was. Paul Williams might have moved up already. He might have moved up. Yeah. I think he did. I think he was at probably 160 already.
Yeah.
Not being a good matchup for Hatton. That'd have been crazy. Him or Margarito.
You wouldn't have got anywhere near him.
Oof. Yeah, Ricky, man. I think his right hand has been the winner of this round. He's landed some really eye-catching shots.
Trying to nick it at the end.
Don King Promotions, man. Yo, watching this Don King show was crazy this last Friday. I mean, just unprofessional. It's crazy that he was, number one, number two for so long.
Was that Friday just gone, did you say?
Yeah. It was actually down here in the area, about 50 minutes south.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to get credentials to go. I was not going to pay for a ticket. but they didn't apply. Rude.
Fair enough.
Oh, cool. Anticipation. What happened?
I just missed it altogether.
It landed. All right. Lamont Roach. Here we go. Championship rounds. Damn, I thought it was 12. A lot's been happening in the fight. Yeah, it feels like man, I've been watching this fight forever.
Yeah, it has. I won't say dragged. It's slowed down. It's slowed down since then. First opening rounds. Ah, man, my internet's not fucking helping.
It's all your fault.
It is. It is.
Hey, these guys are in their prime, bro. Collazo's 25. Hatton's 27.
Okay. He's 27. Man, I thought Hatton was a bit older than that here. Shit.
So he must have retired in his mid-30s, huh? Oh, nice right hook from Collazo.
Yeah, I think so. Hatton did. He was in a lot of wars. I mean, at this point, 27 years old, he was 40 fights in. So,
man, terrible miss from Collazo, man. Jesus, nowhere near close.
Caught him there. So, on my score.
Ooh, that was a weird left hand. He caught Hatton bringing his right foot forward to square up.
I need to see big stuff from Collazo for me.
Shit, look, I'm doing the head movement. Interesting round so far. We're approaching midway. See exactly how this finished. The championship rounds, like I said, been a grueling fight. Guys are throwing leather. It's been really good punches landed by both. Now we're gonna see who's in the best condition. Oof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hatton's looks good so far. He's still bouncing. He's still there. Collazo's just trying to find that space again, isn't he? Where he's comfortable. Just not quite. Not quite. But at least you invested.
Oh man,
that's a nice shot.
Yeah, man, I just want to see that jab. Fuck. Look, man.
Straight in. Yeah, he's just letting walk straight into him. Collazo needs to find that jab, doesn't he, and fend him off. Keep that distance. And then box him.
A little hand fighting there. Gotta. Good job.
Yeah, it was a nice jab, but tied up.
Who would have saw that coming?
This is kind of textbook Hatton, to be fair. This is what he did a lot, just caught one coming in there. But yeah, work his way in, land one or two, take one or two, definitely, and then tie up and start again. That was his MO. And it worked, it worked to 40-yard fights.
That was a miss. Good work.
Last round coming up, folks.
Just, man, for him to be fighting like that, Hatton, championship fight, 11 rounds, and still looking, I wouldn't say fresh, but strong and intentful and staying within himself.
Mm-hmm.
He did, like I said, there was a time where, he did make a few more mistakes than usual, but, you could see Collazo's just having trouble, with it still. Let's see. How do I have this coming into the last? I'm not going to say it. Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. Hatton definitely landed a lot. 43%. Wow. So that's probably statistically, if you go off their punch stats, probably his best round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Look at that eye. That right hook, boy. That thing's serious.
It's been like that for a good few rounds. I saw it earlier. Very
final round, baby.
He always mats up around the face. Hatton over the years, he always bruised up. And I think he cut a lot as well above the eye. Because that was his methodology, face first defense. That looked like a landing shot, but it wasn't called a knockdown.
Yeah, he looked a little. Yeah. So Collazo, we needed this last round too, Papa.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, but
Oh,
shit,
swing and a miss. It wasn't too far away, but
it's just a big
yeah.
miss. He put a lot into that.
I think it's clear though. His corner have said you need to stop him because he's coming out swinging. But Hatton's like kind of is
Just
standing up to him, isn't he?
change.
Oh.
Just a big change I felt this.
Oh
Oh shit.
shit!
Oh, Ricky's
Clocked him there.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
His hands are down. Usually,
Oh, damn!
He's trying to tie him up. Oh my goodness! Yeah, Ricky Hatton had a good chin on him.
We say granite, but y'all pronounce it like how y'all say granite too?
Yeah, granite.
Oh.
Man, it's
come on, Luis. You gotta get that space. Jab. Just there you go. Come on, go work. Do it again. There you go. Bam. Ooh. See that? Look.
Hey, tell you what though, Hatton's legs are still there, still solid, and he's going forward. Fair play, man.
And this is what you want to see, man. You know, it's been competitive, and you see one guy just wants it. Nice jab. 40 seconds left.
40 seconds, yeah. Collazo
oh, look, now you want to warn him, huh? About something. Listen to me. Yeah, no, Collazo, you need at least a knockdown, probably 2. It's not gonna happen. Nice. Gotta land the money punch. Where the hook at?
15.
Oh, nice. Ooh.
Caught him again. It's definitely his best round, obviously, but is it too little too late?
All right.
Like you say, he should have been doing this last round as well.
For sure.
Collazo's running around like he's won the thing.
Got that score in.
Oh, we might never find out the scores.
Oh, wait, did I? Oh, I put it for the wrong guy. Oops. How the hell did I do that? I was like, holy shit.
Confusion. Okay. Complete that scorecard. Remember, folks, complete your scorecard. Share it on social media if you've got that, if you fancy doing so. You can download or save the image of this final score.
Definitely a competitive fight.
Oh, yeah. It was. Does that one work? Yeah.
Damn.
Might take a while for the judges to get the calculators out. So I'm skipping ahead. Looks like Boz has got it for Hatton. We'll listen to the scores first and then we'll have a look at what our scores come to at the end.
Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody here. Please, if you haven't done already, like and subscribe, man. Should be getting some more good fights. This was a good competitive one. Shout out Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend. We got Luis Collazo representing Puerto Rico. And, of course, the great Ricky Hatton just inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Well deserved. 115, 112. 115, 112.
Leo Gerstel, 114, 113.
Oh, close.
The winner by unanimous decision. And new WBA.
Yes, Ricky.
You were worried?
Of Manchester, England, Ricky Hatton.
Nice fight. So interesting enough, there's a lot of people that felt Collazo did enough to win, but I know what it's about. It's how he ended it.
Ended the
you
fight,
see it in so many fights. Listen, good fight. I mean, we're gonna show our scorecards, shortly. But Hatton, he had trouble in that last round for sure. But don't forget, there's 12 rounds in that fight. 12 rounds.
I was just thinking that as we were waiting.
Shit, look, we scored it the same as the judges.
Oh yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, 2 and 2, 115, 112, and 114, 113. It's interesting, isn't it? I wonder if we'd be able to get their exact round by round scores, and again, we all followed suit. That'd be incredible. Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm sure I remember this being like kind of controversial and people thinking that Collazo maybe deserved to win it.
Right?
I think
it wasn't controversial. Good fight. Damn. Why can't it just be a good fight?
Exactly.
Fight.
And like you say, it probably is just down to that last round. Hatton was, he took some bombs and some big shots.
And not just that, it's another thing. We discussed it before. The B side did better than anticipated.
Yes. Yeah, that always skews the imagination, I guess. So I'm just going to go down from the average scorecard here, and between us, it is it sticks with that 115, 112, 7 rounds to 5.
That knockdown change. I mean, that knockdown won it for him. If he doesn't knock him down in the first 10 seconds, does Collazo win it? Does he get a draw?
Yeah, could be. So yeah, it's a great
round counts.
Great start for Hatton, definitely. Shall we have a quick look at how our last 4 rounds compared? We might as well, since we're here. Oh my word, we got more green. I think this is our best matching scores ever. So rounds 8 and 9, we had exactly the same.
7-2.
And then the last 3 rounds we had almost the same. We had the same score and the same reasons. So, and just the differentials on the overzealous on the slider for Alex as usual. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it's funny you say that. Look at our slider comparison.
Fucking hell, yeah. That is very, very close, isn't it?
That's why you gotta love this system. Because you'd be like, well, how'd you see it like that? How'd you see what? And then same scores, sliders are point percentages off. Man, this is why this is something WBC, WBA, just ABC Boxing Commission. Go ahead and holla at Fight Night scores, man. This is something that could be game changing. All right. Yeah. This will help bring clarity. A lot of people complain. How do they get to these scores? Why is it this person? This guy clearly won this fight, but yeah, you go to scorecards, you use the reasoning, you use the sliders, and then you see, you know what? It was a close fight, or I could see that, or well, that's why it was a draw. That's why it was unanimous.
Absolutely. This is a great indicator. It's a reflection of how the fight exactly went. If you're using it, sensibly and you're not biased towards one boxer or another, it works very nicely. And like say, this has come to highlight exactly how this fight went, essentially. 10 out of 11 matching round scores. We had 9 out of 12 with the reasons matching, and 4 out of 12 full unanimous matching rounds. That's big. 4 out of 12 with the green banner around it. Awesome. So I enjoyed that fight. That was really fun to watch. I enjoyed our comparisons as well throughout it, highlighting just the uniqueness of this system. I'd love for like a TV station to pick this up, invite users to it, and get a mass audience. That'd be great. And then obviously, if we could get it in actual pro fights with the actual official judges using such a system, that'd be incredible as well. All right, I think let's move things along. That wraps us up for this Watch and Score episode. Let's have a look what's coming up in the future, I have no clue because I've not researched ahead of time. I apologize.
Well, I'll tell you this. This
Go ahead while I
weekend,
get things up.
this Saturday, take the day off, take Sunday off, because we got some cards coming up, man. We got 3 cards on Sunday, okay? We got one at Crystal Palace. You got the rematch, Chris Billam-Smith versus Richard Riakpore.
Yep.
Okay, for a title. You got over there to La Isla, right? Just did a fight by Puerto Rican Day Parade. Well, next week, title fight in Puerto Rico. Subriel Matias versus the undefeated Liam Paro. And then, of course, PBC showing you they still got big shows. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. Co-feature. David Benavidez making his return, or you can say his debut, to light heavyweight versus Alexander Vostik. You know, leading the charge. Well, finishing this recent charge of Ukrainian fighters and big fights.
All right. Well, let's go into it. Let's go to the Puerto Rican card first. Subriel Matias, big puncher, exciting. Yeah, just give us some thoughts on this one, Alex, against Liam Paro. What do you make of it? What's the outcome going to be? And what's the sky limit for Matias?
Yeah, Subriel Matias, man, definitely has gotten a lot of fanfare in the last couple of years. Most definitely within the last year. You see 20-1, avenges 1 loss, all wins by stoppages, and he's not one punching guys. He's literally beating them down into submission. Yeah. Look, RTD. Referee, they're retiring. You know, you see the ring doctor, corner stoppage. I mean, these guys are just saying, you know, please, no more. Subriel beats you down. Once he gets a hold of you, he doesn't let go. We've seen it, right? Guys get off. They're looking nice. They're punching on him a little bit. You're thinking like, oh, okay. And then, one of my favorite sayings, man, it's make it, take it out there. Once he gets the ball and makes it, you're never getting the ball back. So it's interesting to see, once again, another undefeated fighter, a guy not really well known, but a guy that actually well known in Vegas, is been with Devin Haney in a lot of camps. A guy, he went over back to Australia to fight a fellow undefeated fighter, knocked him out in 1, goes and fights Montana Love, drops and stops him. This is a guy that has been on the rise. Like I said, a lot of people have a lot of good things to say in sparring. This is no longer sparring. We're going to be in 8-ounce gloves versus the guy that beats you down to submission. Southpaw, a guy that is very solid. Liam Paro is very solid in most departments. And enough said about Subriel. So interesting matchup. Can Liam ride and survive the wave? It's a big question. I think Liam has the tools to do it, but it's really, does he have the stamina, the endurance, the punch resistance to do it? It's unknown. So you have to favor Subriel, but it is a hometown fight. It's a lot of pressure. Just signed the Matchroom. Okay. A lot of hype with him now. The landscape has changed for him. He has the potential to be, Puerto Rico's next star, along with Xander Zayas, Edgar Berlanga. And now everything's in place for him to do it. Now is the time to perform. He's no longer under the radar.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict what's going to happen. I think an upset's not outside the question, but I think smart money, you have to go Subriel stoppage, just because he seems to be fighting guys at this level and forcing the stoppage.
Yeah, that's what seems to happen. There's a lot of excitement for Matias, especially after his last victory. I think it was. We put a video out there after we covered it in our stream, and it just blew up. It had thousands and thousands of views. It had a lot of comments. A lot of people weren't very happy with you, Alex, if you recall. But yeah, Matias looks like he's. If he's now with Matchroom, they're good at hyping fighters and getting exposure and stuff. So, they're going to give him a platform where he should succeed. If he's knocking everyone out or at least stopping them, and that's what fight fans want to see. So, he's got the world at his feet, I guess. Interesting how he's number one on BoxRec. I know it's a weird system that they've got going on. Haney obviously got beat, so I guess he's dropped down off there, and Lopez is below him as well. It's it's an interesting.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. But it's still like an interesting weight class with those three guys in there. I mean, Isaac Cruz is fun. Ramirez, only got the one loss. Richard Hitchens has got a bit of promise around him as well. Obviously,
you clag it.
the further you go down weight classes, so you've got more guys that are right behind him, aren't you?
Yo, look at Jack Catterall at 12. This is why I'm so sorry. I can't contain it. Catterall at 12. You're telling me right now. See, it's a point system, so you have to understand that these aren't. That's why your eye test. People always say, you can't go off your eyes. You have to have a high level eye. Shout out my boy C-Dub. You gotta have a high level eye to know. Jack Catterall is. I would put him above Jose Ramirez right now. Ramirez has a better resume. Okay. Well, no. Catterall is 1-1 against Josh Taylor, former undisputed champ. Mm-hmm. Taylor, it was a close fight, though. Damn. So it's funny when you really start thinking about it. But Ramirez looked like shit his last fight. Catterall looked really good. All right. You know what I'm saying? Sando Martin below Lindolfo Delgado or Jean-Cash Turavov. Oh, wow. Fight out of Pahokee. That's really interesting. So Pahokee is a very, very small town about 50 minutes west of me. Okay. They're actually known for bare knuckles. That's their big. Now I got to write that name down. But yeah, we got to see the. I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. But yeah, BoxRec rankings. They're pieces of shit to me. That's all.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll go. I like this one. I like the TBRB, which is the writers, boxing writers.
But BoxRec, you get to look at the resumes, who they fought, all the information.
Exactly. We're only using it as an indicator.
So, a little better. Devin Haney's one loss is to a guy that missed weight and failed a drug test. I think that's ridiculous to put him below Sabrio, but it is what it is. This is much better rankings. Wow, Sean McComb. That's so funny. He lost
to get beaten
to Barbosa, but everyone that watched that fight felt McComb won. Shout out to TRB. The eye. See how important that is? Sean McComb was better than Barbosa. A lot of time being spent on this. I'm sorry, but it's worth the time because don't go off of what you read, guys. Watch the fights. Take the time to take a look and actually do a little bit of research before you just go ahead and say this guy is ranked number 2 on BoxRec. It don't mean shit.
Yeah, I actually only bring up the rankings just to get a picture of the actual division rather than the landscape essentially. But then again, a lot of I think they only have, if someone's not fought in a year, then labelled as inactive, so you still don't get the full landscape.
Out of here.
Fucking annoying.
Fight.
Anyway. Let's move things along. That was Matias. Anything else on this one worth talking about?
No.
Let's continue. Scrolling. Chris Billam-Smith, Richard Riakpore. Good fight. This is a rematch. The fight early on. Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, you take the lead on this. I've never seen Riakpore.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's massive for the weight. I think he's like 6'5" or 6'6" or something like that. Undefeated. Yeah, 6'5". 17 wins, 13 knockouts. He's 34. I didn't think he was actually that old, but I think he might have been like a bit of a later starter as in turning professional. I'm not sure if he was on Olympic teams or a decent amateur, but kind of might have missed out. To a Coley potentially, something along them lines.
Almost 2 years off from 19 to 21 because of COVID and maybe other things. Good wins, I see, though. Tommy McCarthy, Billam-Smith, Jack Massey, all in succession. Oof.
The Andruma was undefeated as well, number 1. And then, he kind of gone on to world level, I guess, and just knocking people out. So it's an interesting fight. I'm not too sure what the odds are, but Billam-Smith is on a good run of form at the moment. He beat a Coley, which was unexpected. I think he was the underdog for that. He's got some good wins as well in the last several years. and he's on the up. But this is a really nice, well-matched fight. It's at football ground as well, so it should have a good atmosphere at Crystal Palace, Selhurst Park. Yeah, I'd definitely suggest that you tune in and watch it. Riakpore is a good, solid all-round fighter, and he's got some good power behind him as well. And Billam-Smith, we know that he can punch. He's got some good wins recently. Brings the fight, and he has a good fan base as well behind him. So, yeah, it's a very good fight at the top of that card. Undercard has Isaac Chamberlain and Jack Massey. Probably nicely matched
good
up.
domestic scrap for sure.
Yeah.
Not even that. Two good cruiserweights.
Yeah.
As he went up and fought Joe Parker. Joe Parker, we've seen what he can do. But yeah, no, man, that's the kind of matches you want to see. That's why I wish we could have more matchups like that here in the U.S. Because, I mean, look, these guys, top 4 guys, all fought each other in some way or form. That's that. What we were just saying about heavyweights, right? We're saying it's so good because they're fighting each other. And the UK has shown for years that that's how they built. That's why they're able to put 10, 15,000, because it's the high level within the region fighting each other, getting that build up. That's all you need. Those guys, maybe they go to the world level. Oh my God, they lose. It's not the end of the world. They're local stars. They bring excitement. And that's what boxing's missing here in the States. It's like you had to be undefeated with a lot of knockouts, and then now they want to push you.
Ben Whittaker also on that as well as a showcase fight for him.
Defeated Nigerian. Oh, they're giving him a gold title. Oh my God!
Push him to the moon. It is what it is. Expect another win by Ben Whittaker. Probably do a lot of showboating and shit while he does it, which will annoy me, but it is what it is. I'm gonna love it. You'll love it. That's fine.
Hopefully they put it on the Peacock app here in the US. The last fight, it was not. Forgot what fight the boxer just had. Okoli versus the Polish guy. Couldn't watch it. I had to go on find a stream.
Okay.
The big one.
The big one. Let's move on to it. Oh my word! Fucking hell! Yes.
It's okay.
How long have you got?
Don't worry about the last 6 lines. I can, if you want, I'll start from the bottom up. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. All
right. So Elijah Garcia is probably without looking at a list, Elijah Garcia is probably the top. Okay, they have number 3, at least the top young blood at 160 for here in the Americans. After Shiraz beat up on Ammo, this is the guy that all us Americans are saying, well, let's see him against him.
Okay.
Push the brakes, guys. Look, good wins. Look at the last 3, right? You got Vidal. That Vidal is a Samson fighter, was undefeated. We knocked him off. US baby, let's go. Kevin Salgado is a guy that's fought a couple decent fighters. I think he fought Jesus Ramos. And another guy, he labored through it. It was a bit of a tough fight. Salgado is not a pushover, though. Ramos might have stopped him, might have not. Ramos is a top 154 pounder, right?
Sorry, I'll click in and have a look for you there.
Oh, it was not. I'm sorry, Joseph. Oh, silly me. It was Spencer.
Spencer.
I'm so sorry about that. Spencer outboxed the shit out of him. They moved him up. Elijah couldn't stop him. Quite interesting, right? That's when I kind of was like, all right, because the Vidal fight was a big win. Resendez was coming off a big win against former unified champion Jared Hurd. So Resendez, young blood from Mexico. Everyone knew it was going to be a banger, and it was. Elijah just too sharp, too strong. Earned a stop. You see it was a competitive fight. The scores were not off. The 67, 66, 68, 65, dead on. One round, not a big deal, as we've learned through using the Fight Night Scores scoring system. So Elijah Garcia has a chance. Kyron Davis, the guy that's been there with David Benavidez, got a draw against Anthony Durrell. That's at a higher weight. This is more natural weight. I think Kyron can and will give Elijah problems with his foot movement. The issue is going to be able to punch him on the move. Is he going to use his legs to set up his punches? Listen, Elijah planted legs. He is going to beat you down. So good matchup. 21, another young blood. No rush. The thing is, you do these type of matchups, there's really no going back. Now, I'm not saying this Kyron Davis is a top guy, but he's no pushover. He's a guy that's been in there with good competition and has been competitive before. So, yeah. Masayo versus Zordito Ramirez. You may not recognize the name. He got flatlined by Isaac Cruz. Masayo, athletic fighter.
Yes. Yeah.
Excuse me. Masayo, athletic guy. We've seen him beat Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah.
Then lose to Brandon Figueroa. Masayo's he's a question mark. Oh, nasty knockout last time. If you haven't checked it out, it's worth taking a look at. Was on the short list of KOs of the year last year.
Okay.
So this is 130. He's athletic. He's powerful. But I do question his IQ. Facing a lefty. So this could be an interesting fight. It's going to be on the prelims.
Okay.
So here we go. Adames versus Gaché. 160 pounds. Gaché has been in there. Let's talk about Adames. Adames actually fought Teixeira, who fought Xander Zayas. Lost. Had a good, strong beginning to the fight. Some people thought he maybe could have earned the victory, but Teixeira was able to go ahead and grind it out. You saw they gave him a couple softballs. He fights Sergey. Everyone knows same thing. Adames strong start, bad ending. Sergey, everyone knows Derevyanchenko's a tough guy.
Yeah.
What got him buzzing, however, he fights Juan Matias Montiel. Montiel had a big fight with Jamal Charlo, and we ended up seeing Jamal Charlo for a long time. But Adames stops the man badly in round 3. Gets the interim title, then comes back. The Julian Williams fight. They move Williams up. Williams, good fighter, former unified champ. Gave him some problems. Them scorecards, not accurate if you ask me. Very competitive fight. A little bit of a controversial stoppage to it when the referee steps in. Julian was hurt, but still looked like he could survive. Mm-hmm. So, he's been waiting for his opportunity to fight Charlo. Never happens. So now they bring him back on a tank card against Gaché, former 154 pounder, been in there with Lubin, hurt Lubin, dropped Tim Zhu, former Olympian, was on the Olympic team with Errol Spence Jr. So we'll see. Adames is a former 147 pounder moving up to 160. Gaché, former 154 pounder that's made his way up. So Gaché, good straight punches, good timing, not much activity. Adames, strong puncher, front runner. So we'll see what happens. Can he get Gaché out of there early? Never been stopped, Gaché, or does he labor through and is able to try to earn a victory? Stay tuned, right? Gary Antoine Russell, man. So many Russell brothers. This one here, lefty.
The knockout artist by the looks of it.
But if you watch, guys, if you watch the fights, controversy. Victor Postal countered him decently, but Gary just, good work. Rate was able to win rounds, but was having a little bit of trouble. Makes an adjustment. Starts, landing the left a little, finding the right pocket. Controversial stoppage though. Hurts Postal. The referee, lets Postal maybe go on for 5 seconds and just steps in. Really weird. Then he fights Rancis, gets clipped bad by Rancis. If you don't know Rancis, look at Jose Ramirez. Had Ramirez out on his feet many times. But yeah, drops Bartholomew, gets up. Once again, referee decides to stop the fight. Another weird stoppage. And Rancis looked like he was all right.
Yeah, I remember that last year.
So yeah, man, we're seeing as the level goes up. Yeah, he's getting stoppages on paper, but exactly what's
favorably
happening. Yeah. In the Ken Cruz fight, they've been trying to make that fight. You see, he was out for 13 months. That fight got canceled like 2 times. He was supposed to fight Albert Puello last year. Pulled out of the fight for some reason, but his dad did die. They try to make the fight still afterwards. So that is very, excusable. But then it was just this weird push to fight Ken Cruz, maybe to see where he was, how it was going to work with his brother being the lead trainer. So let me walk that back. That is drastic to lose a parent, especially when he's not just your trainer, but obviously your father. So let me apologize for that. But we get in this fight again. Puello, was supposed to fight Rolly, fails a drug test, gets stripped. A lot of confusion. They say he was trying to have a baby, so the drug he was on was a fertility drug. But also a lot of athletes seem to be using it and failing for it. So maybe you want to make a call, say, hey, here's my exemption, like most people would do if you're being drug tested. So interesting fight. We don't really know who these guys are. Keep it real. Antoine has more of the hype. Puello has fought has been a world titleist. So good fight. Tough to predict. So yeah, man. 2 undefeated fighters. Let's see what happens. Man, I've been talking for a long time. David Benavidez, Alexander Bostic, man. When this fight was first made, I said David Benavidez is gonna beat the living shit out of this guy. Benavidez is a monster. They call him the Mexican monster. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of him, I mean, you watch him and you see what he can do. He in there playing patty cake. Not a one-punch guy, but 24 stoppages and 28 wins. He earns these. Like a little different than Matias. These guys aren't quitting. They're getting beat the fuck up. Even though, I mean, he's legit earning TKO victories. Just get you in the corner, fast hands. He's a big guy, walks you down, and, referee just says, yo, please stop. He's got a good win against Caleb Plant, common opponent with Canelo. Didn't stop him, but really beat him down. Andrade, 2 division champ, trying to go for 3, gets him to say no mas, stop it. It was getting bad in there. And now moving up to 175, which people feel he's going to be stronger. And he's facing a guy that quite accomplished. This guy retired Adonis Stevenson. He was a good amateur on Olympic team with 3 champions, 2-time undisputed champion Alexander Usyk, 3-weight division Vasyl Lomachenko, and the new champion Denis Baranchyk. So very accomplished Ukrainian team. Unfortunately, he did get beat down by Artur Beterbiev in a fight that he was winning. It got pretty bad to where they thought he had a brain bleed. Took time off, got 3 layups. That was my main thing about it, was he's just been waiting for a payday in my mind. Yeah. But now you see that Ukrainian team, the success they've had, recently, it makes you second guess. Yo, these guys, they're tough. They don't fight for checks. That's what I was saying. But then again, you look at Bostic, he talked about, hey, I sparred Benavidez before. He beat the shit out of me. But what was the timing of that? Was that when he first came back? Was that when he was, champion? It's unclear. So another thing, David Benavidez no longer has his strength and conditioning coach memo, which has gotten him into fantastic, fat body shape. You probably never see anybody that's fat and in shape like David Benavidez in a memo camp. Would that have an effect? But I'm gonna say Benavidez earns the victory. I just think he's in form. He's gonna be stronger. He's not cutting all that weight. And Bostic just hasn't been at that level in a minute. Bostic probably good jab, good power, but I think Benavidez is gonna beat it down to a level to where he earns the victory. Late stoppage, UD. The big one. Here we go. You got Gervonta Tank Davis, man. What more could be said about this guy? A man of few words, but a big punches. That's what you want to see. 29 wins, 27 stoppages. I mean, highlight after highlight. Connected with Floyd Mayweather. This guy here he's must-watch TV because when he hits dudes, they feel it. We've seen him punch people's lights out. Hector Garcia. They say, Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, tall guys that are bigger than him. Stop them. You know,
Santa Cruz.
Leo Santa Cruz took a nap on that, on TV. So Rolly Romero ran into a shot and got up and probably thought his name was Rolly Polioli. So Tank Davis, very skilled, but the issue I think most people have is he's undefeated in every fight, especially in fantasy fights. That's number one thing. They say he's number one, but he's never truly fought another guy that's right there at the top, seen in his class. Rolly, they built him up for him. Hector Garcia was another weight class below in a division that was wide open. Ryan Garcia was a guy fighting at catch weight that was coming off of mental health problems, and to this day, just got arrested yesterday and admitted to some type of hospital for a medical evaluation. Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
Isaac Cruz was coming off of a decision against Francisco Vargas and Argentine versus Romero, and people felt like Tank hurt his hand. Isaac Cruz now is a 140-pound champ against Rolly Romero, so we don't really know what Isaac is either. There's a lot of questions. I don't want to take credit away from Tank. These are guys that are good fighters, but when we think of Tank, we're thinking of the best, and there hasn't been him against Lomachenko, against Shakur, against Devin. I don't care what you say. Devin is a top fighter, undisputed. Competed with Loma, whether he thought he won or lost. He competed. So he's facing an undefeated fighter, Southpaw, guy connected to Earl Spence. This guy here beat Virgil Ortiz and earned a knockdown in a national championship in the amateurs. So he has pedigree. You see there, he's got early power. He's got late power starting Marinas that people thought that beat Raleigh's. Michelle Rivera was a big win, a fight that they put together quick, and he dominated. Michelle Rivera, had hype there. His last fight against Artem. Artem was a former bronze medalist at 141 pounds in the Olympics. So a guy with pedigree. They built him up in Europe. They bring him here, and he gave Frank a good test. Frank, you see that, knocks him down to go ahead and earn that victory.
Yeah.
So because he struggled with a guy that you feel like he struggled, a lot of people, that means he's not the goods. One fight, a guy that you never watched, a guy you know nothing about. You know what I mean? This is why use your eyes, guys. But he's been waiting for this opportunity. Turned down Shakur Stevenson. But I would say well worth it for him personally, because now it's more clout, more money, and probably a harder challenge in a sense, because one mistake and it's night, it's over. Frank has a lot of confidence. He's, like I said, he's quick, he's powerful. It's a good matchup. Tank is going to knock him out, however. Tank is on top of his game. He's in shape. He seems laser focused. I just don't see Tank being stopped by a Frank Martin at this time. So Tank by knockout, late stoppage.
Okay.
Oof.
Cool. Hey, you did well, man. Thank you for that. It saved me a lot of talking. That was great. I also know that that's on Amazon Prime as well.
Yes.
Interesting. So yeah,
it's available for you guys too now. They announced it yesterday.
Cool. That's awesome.
And on Amazon.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's absolutely stats card. Just another one that we need, and another one to look forward to. I've always been on the Gervonta Davis train since for years now, and I always said, like you mentioned, the fantasy matchmaking. I always put him beating everyone, but unfortunately, we've not actually seen him in against the likes of Shakur or Loma or Tio Lopez. But hopefully, this is another step towards some of those fights hopefully being made. And we said before, Turkel Sheik, maybe he's a man that can bring all of these lightweights and in and around that division together and make the best fight the best. Hopefully we might get there at some point, but not just yet. That remains to be seen. A quick shout out to Beagle. He's late, but he's in. Thanks for stopping by. We've come to the end of our stream now. Hopefully you can go back and watch it on catch up in your own time. We appreciate you being here, Beagle. We appreciate both of you being here. Heavy Chevy Guy, Average Boxing Fan, who was in earlier, Josh 86 Boxing, thanks for stopping by as well, even though you couldn't be with us on the stream this week. But we'll see you in the next one, no doubt. I think that brings us to the end of the show. Alex, any last words to wrap us up? And then you can enjoy the rest of your weekend.
No, man, it's been a great year in boxing. And you see with these cards coming up, let's continue that trend. Guys, just, appreciate everyone tuning in. And definitely look forward to the future in boxing, the future of this stream. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. On that note, we will leave you. Thank you all very much. Take care. We'll see you again soon.